Boom, boom. This is Ken, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. All right, so I've had some people wanted to have me take a look at Exos Heroes. So I've been playing the game. I started playing it last week. I've been playing it for just about 7 days or so, and just running through some of the quests and getting a feel for the game. So I'll go ahead and give you my thoughts on what this game is like. Okay, first of all, it's created by Line Games. Line Games is a pretty good company. They're also one of the other games they run is Destiny Child, which is one of my favorite games and one of my mainstays. I've been playing Destiny Child for several years now. So I was hoping I would see the same thing from this game, but unfortunately this game has several things going against it. But let's go ahead. First, what I like about the game. Graphically, it's an excellent game. As you can see just here on the screen here, we're inside the airship right now, which is where your home base is. Graphically, everything looks really nice. They've done a really good job with the artistic impressions of the characters, as well as the story is pretty good too, surprisingly. So the problem is that the way they've got the game set up, there's just different things here, scouting systems. The problem is that we're running into a lot of stuff to do. As you can see here, there's just ridiculous stuff to do just to get through. It's got way too much going on, and that's one of the things against it. Also, the story is way too not difficult in terms of completing, but difficult in terms of 3-starring. They have some of these extremely ridiculous requirements for you to get 3 stars, like having to break 4 characters or just breaking this one character. And what that requires you to do is to break a character, you have to have a character of the opposite elemental. The problem is they don't give you characters on a fast enough pace for that to be done at a reasonable time. And I noticed that immediately in chapter 1 and chapter 2 were fairly decent. The first section, but it really got bad towards the middle of the second and into the third location. It really got to the point where they were giving us unrealistic, requirements to get the 3 stars, and 3 stars are important because that's where you get most of the Exos, which is what you use for draws. Which bring me to the second request. There's 2 forms of currency, and there's crystals, which must be purchased with money, and then the Exos here, which is what you use for your draws to do your recruits. The problem is the very low drop rate. They have a very low drop rate. As you know, I don't like games like that. I also don't like the fact that there's like 3 versions of the same character, but once you get the higher version of the character, the older version of the character is no longer usable. You can't like combine it or anything, so that's just a waste. They don't give you enough space to hold all of your recruits, and you have to spend some of your excess to increase your space. That's not right. This right here is the summon session right here, just to give somebody a look at it. You get 1 free recruit a day. So it does have a pretty good animation. So I just got a little 1 style here. But it's also got the dailies are not something that you can do on a quick rate. So this is not. See, this is where the problem with a lot of games come up. This is not a mobile game. Okay, I know it's supposed to be played on your phone, but it's not a mobile type capacity game. This is designed to be played. You could actually spend 3 or 4 hours playing this game on a daily basis. There's just that much stuff that you can do. Unfortunately, it's not designed to be set up for a mobile type of interface. I'm playing it on BlueStacks right now, and it's a little sluggish on BlueStacks, but it runs fine on my phone. But there's just so much going on. It takes several hours to get everything done on a daily basis. And so if you're looking for a game that you want to do that on, this might be the game for you. But understand, if you want this game is it's you can play this game free, but you're not going to get anywhere doing that. You're going to have to spend money. Okay, you're going to have to get you're going to have to purchase excess to get this, because the good character, they're coming out with characters almost on a weekly basis. So that's another thing I dislike. I can understand having draws on, at a consistent time, but they're just doing this on a weekly basis. I think it's like every 5 or 6 days they're coming out with a brand new character, and those characters are overriding characters from previous. So it's just completely not being done at a proper rate. And it's clearly to get your characters, you have to get the fake cores, which are extremely difficult to get. So this goes, when you got games like Azure Lane and Bleach Immortal Souls, and even Destiny Child, and even Danmachi, though they give you the ability to get characters quite easy. I don't have a problem with that. Thinking is good when you have a certain amount of characters, but when they're coming out with a bunch of characters and they're not making it easy to get any of those characters, that's the big no-no, and that's exactly what they're doing here, which is what I don't like about the game. Second, the interface for playing it is I don't like the interface for playing it. It's just not very interesting. This is the world, you see. So you go from quest. It's just this is really cheesy looking here. And your movements around, like you want to go to the next task, you can click on that, and it'll walk you to where you need to go to get to the quest, and you can do it. So you don't, but there's all kinds of things going on. I don't like. It's confusing, and it just it's not something for me. I mean, other people don't like it or might like it, but I don't particularly get the taste of it. As from the storyline, it's not a bad story. It's a little it's a little bit on the side of cheesy, but they at least tried to do something. It's about somebody who's looking for an airship to avenge his village being attacked. I do like the fact that the battling is dynamic, so at least you're getting a see. But you need to have this. This is a scripted battle here. I'm not doing this, and I can skip it because it's basically a cutscene. But as you can see, it has very good battle graphics. As I said, graphically, the game's pretty nice, and the battle's dynamic in the sense that you can control whatever you want to do. But it also has an auto function if you want to fill up the bat. But it's just it really took me the full week before I was able to find the stuff that I was looking for, and actually begin to try to maneuver my way through it. I put the bat. They give you characters, by the way, in the game. None of them are the good characters, of course. This is another game where the base characters are not functional into the upper levels because you can't get the cores. You need the fake cores to make your compatible. I did not get one fake core in the entire 7 days that I was playing the game. I put all of my excess into the last draw, which was, let's go back to the airship here. The last character that they had up for the event up, which is the raid up, was this character right here, Lepin. I got Lepin 3 or 4 times in the draw, but did not get the good Lepin, which is the max level fake core version of Lepin. Which is not surprising. You have to draw like 19 times to be eligible to get it, and at 700 core per draw. So as you can see, they just don't give you even remotely enough currency to get that. What you'd have to do is you'd have to save up. It would take you a really long time, virtually. Okay, so 700 per draw, so 7 days. Yeah, it would take you at least 3 or 4 months to save up enough access to actually do a full draw on any of the characters, and that's too long of a space time frame to go through to get the characters you want for your team, um, giving you characters that you could use. So it's too pay to win oriented for me. If you're willing to spend a little bit of money on it, you might enjoy it. Not for me. I just graphically it's nice, like the battle, okay story, but it's just the way the interface is set up. I don't like the way it does it. When I enjoy a game, I want to have a nice, smooth, easy to use interface. I want to have daily quests that I can knock out within a fairly quick time frame, not more than an hour, to do my daily quests. And I want to be able to then, after I've done my daily quests, I want to have other stuff I can do, but stuff that I don't have to do, a daily quest on. The quests in here are extremely intensive. You have to obtain, the heroes. You have to clear out 3 of the mines. None, and a lot of this stuff is not set up yet for to be done quickly. Okay, so it's going to take a little while to get. Complete 10 explorations. That's something that you can do on the Sunspurter is your actual PvP. Sanctum is there's like a bunch of sanctums that you can run through if you look. You want to get your stuff. That's all in the world. If you go into the world and go into the challenge tab, you'll see all the sanctums. It's basically your grinding location. Right here you see you got experience, spirit, hero battle, ancient gold mine, trade route, and all this stuff will open up as you continue through it. And here's Zebin Vista, which is PvP. This changed. It used to be win a fight in Zebin Vista. They changed that now to just play, which is good. Because that was not easy at times because of this game's focus on being able to pay to win, get the stuff a lot faster than you would do normally, and the way they have these set up things, it's really difficult to find a person. Most of the people playing this game are paying money, so that's the problem that you have. It's too geared towards that. To the point where that's what you have to do if you want to do it, which is why there's not a whole bunch of people playing the game right now. But it is what it is. So they're having all types of quests going on. As you can see, I played through a lot of the stuff, so I can get through a lot of these rewards to get a weapon. But going through all these 7 days, several, and they only give you a little 3-star weapon. I mean, it's just ridiculous. You should be getting at least one of their majors. That's an epic weapon. I mean, you should be getting at least a legendary for a 7-day event. I mean, yeah, they're just extremely, completing. You have to complete that. So if you doing your quests inside of the story mode, let me see. It's very difficult to maneuver through this. The story mode here, as you can see. I haven't 3-starred hardly any of them, and I beat them. And as you can see, you get as you go through the screen, you have to 3-star level to get get 50 stars, 80, and 30. So you have to complete everything on 3 to get the 200 that you need. And it's just not feasible this early in the game. You're going to have to go back and do that. But and so you only get like 5 Exos for completing a quest. So it's just not my game. Too confusing. Too much going on, which is not a problem in some games. Like you got Bleach. And even Destiny, Child, and Azraline, there's a bunch of stuff going on, but it's a lot easier to find it and a lot more user-friendly interface that's much more intuitive. This is not intuitive at all, so that's what causes a lot of the problems. They've got cities which you can go into. I really haven't found much in terms of what the cities actually do. You do mostly everything from your airship. They've got these cities right here, but I guess it's just for place people to run around doing stuff. I assume they'll have some type of new events inside of here, like this Wug Run Fest, things that will take place inside these towns when they're going. So that hopefully will be something to look at. You know, and they've got events as you know, these are a log on event, which is interesting. Stamina is not a problem. You will get a lot of stamina. They give you a bunch of stamina. So you, as I've said, when you can spend 4 or 5 hours playing the game, you're going to need that much stamina, but you won't have to worry about stamina. So if this is, if you're going to have to spend a bunch of time playing this game before you're able to be any type of successful, and it's not something that, because of the length it takes to play it and because of how they've scaled it, it's going to take a really, really long time. I mean, Bleach. Bleach is the Immortal Souls is the perfect way to roll out a game. They've given you everything you need, and you can get almost all of your UR characters. They come out, they come out with their events. It only, they give you the character very easily. 3 or 4 pools, you can get enough of the actual. I think it's roughly about 5 pools, because they usually set the cap to get one of the UR characters under. This is the best top of the line characters. Is 30 30 pools on that particular character, and they give you 5 fragments each time, so you get 5 soul fragments. You only need 30 to complete the character. So every time I draw, you always get some, and then if you draw it a certain amount of times, you get the chest at the bottom, which has more. So so usually within 5 or 6 pools, you can usually get one of the characters. He'll be a low rank, it'll only be 2 stars, but once you've got him, you can start working on him and start building them up. And as you get up, they give you Omni shards, which can be used on any character, so you can level up who you want. So you don't have to, like if I want to focus on one character, that's what I've been doing, is using my Omni shards to level up my characters. My favorite character was Yamato. I've already got him fully leveled up. Well, no, he's only at 5-star, but he needs to be 7-star before. But I've already got him at 5-star. I've already got his weapon, his Zanpakuto. So, they're giving you what you need, and then you work on leveling it up. Here, I haven't even got, here they're not giving you the characters to make a full team unless you spend the money to do it. So they've gated it to that point, and you're going to have to come back through once you've got a team and redo the story if you want a 3-star. And you have to take certain characters into certain levels, because to break a character, which is a lot of the requirements, you have to have the opposite. If you don't have any characters that are the opposite element, exact opposite of that element that you're going against, you can't break him. So so you're going to need to have a rounded team that has at least one of each element in it, and then you're going to have to manually control it to make sure that you attack that person that has the opposite element to you, and you got to make sure you don't kill it, which is what worries me. Is you're going to go back through. I've already had some people saying that's a problem. They've got a good team, they've started to go back through, but they're killing the person now because they're too overpowered to actually, because you break it, you don't kill it, you just damage it enough so that it's stunned, and that's what they call breaking. And then the next shot you kill it, and but you have to break it before you kill it. You can't just kill it outright. So I've had several people talk about that are extremely upset with that. So maybe they'll change that and make it a little bit more difficult. But yeah, there's been several games that have had that type of structure, and they make it much too difficult. So, and this is just one of the games that does that. But yeah, this is pay to win. Okay, it's going to take you far too long to do this free to play for you to be any even remotely compatible. It's competitive. It's going to take you. I'm not saying, when I say at least, a year before you'll even be remotely competitive in this game, and that's only if you get lucky with the Fate Core characters, which are extremely rare. So it's just a little bit too, to get what you need to get, you're going to have to spend a little bit of money. But if you don't have any trouble doing that, this might be the game for you, because it does have some nice things about it. But it's just not for me. It's not something that I want to spend out. I like to, it's not something that I could put into my daily round and have time to do other stuff. I would have to focus completely on just playing this, and that's not what I consider a mobile game title. Sort of like I consider this. I would consider something like Fallout 4 and stuff like that. When I sit down to play Fallout 4, I'm going to sit down for 2 or 3 hours. It's going to be in the evening, and I'm just interested in playing Fallout 4. But it's on my computer. I got better graphics, so it's not something you can just do quick. There are no dailies in Fallout 4. When you're playing it, it's an open world, expansive, immersive game. They're trying to do this from a mobile perspective, and they've got too much stuff in here. You see this? See this screen here? See this? All this stuff is way too much going on, and it's even worse inside the airship, with just all kinds of stuff going on. It just all this stuff going on here. It's just way too much going on. So this is a very immersive game that you're going to have to focus on. A lot of time's going to have to be spent focusing on playing it to understand it, and then it might be something. But it's just a little bit above what I'm willing to go for. It's sort of Arknights was sort of the same thing for me. I sort of liked what Arknights was about. I like the strategy type genre, but it was just the same thing. It was just way too freaky, too much going on, too much of it, too much time to be spent to just have a nice little fun. I want to pull out a mobile game. I want to pull up my phone, do my stuff, maybe spend an hour to half an hour doing my dailies and stuff, knocking everything out that I do during the day. And then, maybe play some other stuff, do some other stuff that's nice, but stuff that's not required that's fun. This is just too difficult to find it. Way too much going on. So I didn't particularly like it, but if you want to spend a little bit of money, because you can start getting the good stuff if you start purchasing these crystals, but you have not get crystals. I played the game for a full 7 days straight. Didn't get any crystals. Was never offered any crystals. Got Zexes, but like I say, didn't get a whole bunch. So you can purchase it as always, but to purchase it, you need to purchase the crystals, which are of course a real lot of money. Lava stones. This is stuff. This is your stamina. You'll get that. You won't need to purchase any of that. And then they've got passes, which you can purchase. Get the experience passes and stuff. So you can sort of buy auto passing to make it go quicker. But you have to use your Exos to do it. It's not free. Auto play is not free, basically. So as you can see, it has some nice things, has some bad things, but all in all, it's not something I'm going to focus on. But I wanted to get it out there because I did get some people requesting about it. They weren't sure. Reading the reviews is difficult to say, but yeah, it's definitely got a pay to win vibe for me. I played it long enough. I don't believe playing a game for 1 or 2 days you can determine how it's going to go. It took me a full week to really get the hang of this. And see how things loop together, and the way things format together. Like in Danmachi Memorial Freeze, if you play the game just normal, they'll give you everything you need to get the iris to purchase, in the gacha. And they have a good rate in the gacha. 1, 4, 7, and 10 pools, you're guaranteed to get a 4-card character from the banner. Not so in here. I did end up getting a 5-star in the banner pool, so I did like 8 banner pools on Leppin, and I did get a character, but I got this girl here in the back. This was the banner character Leppin. This is not the full Leppin. This is one level below the full Leppin, this is not the Fate Core version of her. This is her epic version. Yeah, I know. See, again, they're gating it specifically. I didn't get her Fate Core version, and then I got this. This is an epic too. 5-star epic, and she's a 5-star epic, but this is what I got on banner. Her banner, I got this. So it's in Danmachi 1, pool 1, pool 4, pool 7, and pool 10, you will get a banner character, guaranteed. Okay, and they'll give you everything in that same event to level up that character and break it and get it more powerful. It's all in the event. Okay, and they run so they give you prism bonds, which allows you to any character that you want to level up. They don't have that option in here. They don't have a generic maxi level up material so that you can focus on character like Bleach has Omni Shards, Danmachi has prism bonds, okay, and things like that. So it's really it's just not quite my go. It's got a pay to win gate And so we'll have to see if that changes. But yeah, I don't see I don't see much of it going on in the future. We'll have to see. But you know, there's some people out there playing it, and there's some people out there who enjoy it. You know, if you're willing to spend some money on it, it might be a fun game, and you got a lot of time to spend playing it, so you can get the grasp of it. Okay, so that's all. That's all I want to say. Just want to give a quick review on it. Well, not too quick actually, but go ahead and put a like on the video, and remember to subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and click on the bell, ding ding, if you want to be notified whenever I drop a video. And this is Ken Rear, inside the corner, signing out.